Hey gang. Today we're going to try and incorporate some advice from jazz great Bill Evans into our playing to make our playing better, but also to help ourselves play with our own voice a little bit more. Now, I got turned on to this interview by my fishing guide, John, so thanks to him. I put a link in the description so you should watch it and come to your own conclusions about what he's saying. What I think he's saying, what I hear him saying is this. He says something like, it's better to play something that's real rather than to play an approximation of somebody else, because then you can build on it. Okay, so my interpretation of that is that you should try your own ideas in the songs that you're doing, and the other part of it is to keep it simple first. As long as it's your idea, you can expand upon it because you'll own it and you understand it. But it's better to have your own ideas. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's terrible to learn a lick or even a whole solo from somebody else. I think that's a great practice. But let's face it, we all got into music because we wanted to express ourselves through the instrument. At least I hope we did. And that's what playing music is all about. At least it is to me, is expressing your own self through the instrument. And nobody really wants to hear another Eddie Van Halen clone or a Jeff Beck clone or whatever. When you listen to guys like Frampton or Eddie Van Halen or Hendrix or Jimmy Page or Santana, the thing I think that really inspires people is when you hear it, you hear them. And think about it. How can we understand through a solo that just hearing one note, hey, that's Santana, even if you haven't heard the song before? It's pretty amazing, right? Not too many guys play like that. All right. Anyway, enough pontificating. How do we do it? Well, I'm going to show you just a couple of simple things that you can do that I think help a lot. So we're going to do that through a really simple riff. Let's try this. It doesn't matter what riff, but this is the riff we're going to use. So that's the riff. It's a really, really simple one, kind of a little bit reminiscent of maybe Ted Nugent's Stranglehold, similar to that, right? We're droning on the A string like this. And on the fourth string, that's the fifth string, and on the fourth string, we're hammering on from the 5 to 7 and then coming down to the 4, like so. Start out by just getting used to it, getting comfortable with the cadence, maybe trying out a few other things rhythmically. So just trying some rhythmic things. Now, the next thing you should do, and that I like to do, I shouldn't say what you should do, but you might want to give it a try, is I like to try and find some implied chords. So now we're going to start to incorporate some rhythm ideas. So I'm going to try and incorporate some things I might do as an accompanist, or if I was just kind of banging some things on my acoustic. So what might be some chords or other things I could do to spice up that particular progression? How about this? Maybe try and find some implied chords to make it a little more richer, or a little richer. Since we're droning an A, maybe try an A. And a G. Ooh, and a D. Etc. Right? So So just try and find, I'm just trying to use the idea of finding the triads on the 4, 3, and 2 strings all over the place, and that might help me, right? So I can try those sorts of ideas. Whatever ideas make sense to you, you should try them, okay? I'm going to try another idea based on sort of Freddie Green chords. See how that sounds. So, I don't like that chord so much. That's an A. But the 7th sounds good. Maybe try the next inversion. Ooh, that's not bad. So let's try that. Not bad? Okay, so try lots of different ideas that work for you, and keep incorporating them. And the reason why I like to do the rhythm first is because I tend to think of, when I solo, I tend to think of the fretboard in terms of the chords that I'm playing around anyway. So when I think of those sorts of things, it's going to help me to navigate the whole thing. Now, if you like, at this point, one of the things you can do is put this on a loop. And start to play solo ideas that come to you, right? So, for example, if we're going to try and learn scales, or we're going to try and different scales or chords that we're going to play over it, or arpeggios or whatever that you're going to play over those chords or over that riff, you might want to try, for example, D major, or A mixolydian, which is really the same notes. And just try and get a feel for what notes are good ending phrases and things like that. So let's try that a little bit, coming now with the information that we got from our chordal exploration. And you can do this for hours, I mean, on the same riff if you want. Again, try any riff you want. But I've got this recorded on a loop, so let's try doing that, and let's try seeing what ideas we can come up, just a couple of them, and see how that works. Okay, so I've recorded that. Here it goes. So I just got this on a loop. So I'm going to try some double stop ideas. All right, I'm just going to try some. I'm going to try playing that D major scale first. Let's try that. Sounds good, right? I got to figure out the notes that are good to end on. Now, chord tones are really good, so I can try it at A. That'll be okay. How about the 3rd? That's good, and also the 5th. The 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th are usually pretty good notes to end on. So the first idea we can try is, or an idea we can try that I like a lot, is double stops. Let's try some double stops. Another idea that might come to mind is, since you're droning, maybe some open string ideas. Well, I think I started droning on and on there myself. So I think you get the gist of it, and just have fun with it, right? I mean, play your own ideas, keep it simple, do the chords first, find different variations, and then find things that you like to play and incorporate ideas into your soloing. That's it. All right, well, I hope you have fun with it, and we'll see you on down the road.